Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Bark with another episode of Obscure Mics, and with me today, I have a green and gold vintage looking heartthrob. The MXL V67G, I think. My version just says V67, which I think that's just the G. And I picked this up for $35, I believe. Yeah, I think $35 on Reverb. And one of the reasons I picked it up, I've watched reviews on Podcastage, Audio Hotline, and it sounded so smooth for the price. And I was just very impressed. It's one of those mics that when you first get into the game of podcasting, voiceover, whatever, and you're using some of the cheap things of the world, like the Neewer NW700s, the Chinese BM800, you hear this and you're like, oh, you take notice. The quality level is a big jump from those microphones. So I think a lot of people that have gotten into audio, voiceover, podcasting, music, a lot of people have had this in their mic locker at one time or another, and for very good reason. It's a solid MXL microphone. Now, something that you figure out a little later on is it sounds pretty good, but it's not as good as it used to be. It doesn't sound as good as that first time you heard it, because somewhere along the lines you start picking up the Sennheiser MK4s of the world. The M-Audio Nova, in my opinion, is better than this microphone. There's a lot of microphones that are better than this, but for the price and for what you get, this is one of those perfect starter microphones. Give me this over the MXL 990. Give me this over the Audio-Technica 2020. Give me this over a litany of things. What else on my mic shelf that I would take this over? The GXL by CAD 2200. Give me this. Give me this over. Okay, I've got a lot of good mics on my mic shelf right now. A lot of solid looking microphones. So still, there's nothing wrong with this here. This is a solid beginner microphone that can give you that intermediate sound if you add some processing to it, which we're going to do before we do plosives and proximity effect. Let's add a De-Esser Compressor, and I would like to hear what this sounds like with a little more bottom on it. Yeah. Okay, so I have a noise gate on to reduce the background noise. I have a little bit of compression, a de-esser, and a big bottom for a little more smooth richness on the bottom, but you still have that clarity up top. If you listen really closely, you'll hear that noise gate working. I'm going to turn that off. Okay. This is the proximity effect when you have a little bit of extra low end on the microphone. So I just wanted to get up on it to hear what it sounded like with that extra low end. Not so sure. Let's back off of this thing, turn some of the processing off, and get to some plosives and proximity. Probably not. Man, this mic is pretty solid for singing. We'll see. All right, so processing is off. Some of that richness is gone that we added to it, but it still sounds pretty solid and smooth. I honestly think it sounds, it's a different sound, but it still sounds great. Again, I'm not trashing this mic by saying I prefer the M-Audio Nova or a Sennheiser MK4. Not trashing this mic at all. Out of all the MXL mics I've tested, this is one of my favorites pretty easily. Peter Piper picked a patch of pickled pineapple. Pineapple? I've got a pen. I've got an apple. Pin pineapple pen. There we go. That'll get you some places. Pin pineapple pen. If you don't know about that pin pineapple guy, you don't have kids. Okay. So we did some plosives. Let's do some proximity on this thing. If you want to get right up on the MXL V67, this is what it's going to sound like. And again, it's an MXL. expect a softer than normal grill, a cheapish body. I just squeezed that made a little metal click because it's just cheapish. Those are the things we've come to expect. We MXL, solid internals, not so solid exterior. Kind of cheap, but it does look pretty cool. So we'll give it a point in the looks department. Let's do a singing test. Screw it, man. I've got these requests, but I haven't had time to look up the lyrics, and I'm just gonna sing a funny one because my kid is such a sucker for mainstream pop songs. All right. Well, I'm gonna ride my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. It's not ride my horse. It's I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. Gonna ride till I can't no more. It's smooth. This is a smooth mic. Top down, something down, living like a rock star. You know, I actually don't hate the song because the guy, the Lil Nas X or whatever that sings that song, seems like such a genuine, fun-loving dude. Who can't appreciate that? Saw the dude singing in a school and kids going nuts on social media. Like, mad respect for that guy. I don't care if I like your music that much or not. If you are seemingly, I don't want to assume, seemingly a good person, I'll support your music. Even if I don't like it, I'll find someone that does like it and I'll play it for him. Like my son Jude. Anyways, happy birthday to my son Jude, by the way. 6 years old, heart of gold, going to ride his horse to the old town road. There we go. There's my new song. Anyways, MXL V67G. I think it's a good microphone. The fact that you can get this between $30 and $50 used on places, green light all day. Green light all day. So it started out a little negative. I started out the review a little negative. Sorry. My bad. I didn't mean to get negative. I'm just saying this is not an everyday user for me, but I've used so many stinking mics. Why would it be? For you, for $30 to $50, if you're just getting into this whole thing, especially music, I think this is a music banger. Like, I think you could make some good music with this microphone. I only have made a little bit of music, so I'm not going to give you the full 100% yes, make music with it, but I think it's a good one for that. Podcasting, fine. Voiceover, probably okay. So for the price, you really can't beat it. You go a little higher in price and you can beat it. That's life. That's how it goes. If you like this mic, hit the link in my description to grab it from Amazon if you want it new. That helps out Obscure Mics, helps keep me rolling. Almost said us again. Helps keep me rolling. Rolling. Obscure Mics, peace out.